إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد، يحيي ويميت وهو حي لا يموت، بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمدًا صلى الله عليه وسلم عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله، صلوات ربي وتسليمه عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله، ما تعاقب الصبح والمساء وما بقي في الدنيا ظلمة وضياء، ثم أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله كان بما تعملون خبيرا. ثم أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters, because of the holidays, we have many school students, college students. So my khutbah today is for everybody, brothers and sisters, but in particular to our young brothers and sisters, school and college students. نتحدث اليوم بإذن الله ونخص في حديثنا أبنائنا وبناتنا الطلبة، حيث أنهم حاضرون اليوم معنا في صلاتنا. Over the past few weeks, we talked about faith, identity, and citizenship. And today we continue, but we talk to our youth. The elements of our khutbah today: what sacrifice did the companions of the Prophet ﷺ provided so Islam reaches everywhere? What was special about them? We will talk about our role as youth and what's expected from us. And in the middle, we will touch on the identity, but from different perspective. A perspective I hope will relate very well to our young brothers and sisters, our future leaders. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ, the very close ones, those who started from day one with him in his mission of 23 years, and his very close relatives, wives, cousins, and tribe. They sacrificed the most. They were chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this mission. At a time when they were nothing, no education, no unity, no state, no system. And at the same time, you had the Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, the Chinese Empire, the Indian Empire. But these few scattered Arabs who know nothing other than taking care of their sheep and fight when they have time. They were asked to travel the longest distance in the shortest time from being pure pagans, not just worshipping rocks, worshipping anything, making an idol of dates, pray to it in the morning and eat it before they go to bed. That was their way. And in no time, in very short time relatively, they were told that this message is for the universe and that there is a great responsibility upon their shoulders, and they lived up to that. And to do that, they sacrificed. A sacrifice we are not asked to give, not even close, but to learn what they've done. Rasulullah alayhi salatu wassalam could have been the richest. And when his wives came and asking for money, extra money, they see women around are having more luxurious lives. And they ask the Prophet ﷺ for extra money. The Prophet could have given them. But he ﷺ is telling them, you have much more important role than just enjoying this life. And Quran was revealed, Surah Al-Ahzab, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها النبي قل لنسائك إن كنتن تريدن الحياة الدنيا وزينتها فتعالين أمتعكن وأسرحكن سراحا جميلا وإن كنتن تريدن الله ورسوله والدار الآخرة فإن الله أعد للمحسنات منكن أجرا عظيما. Oh, the Quran was revealed. Oh Prophet, tell your wives, if you want this worldly life and its adornments, then come. I will provide for you and I will release you in a graceful way. Go enjoy life. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want Allah, His Messenger, and the day after, so Allah has prepared for those who did good among you great reward. And the ayat keep telling them, يا نساء النبي لستن كأحد من النساء واذكرن ما يتلى في بيوتكن. They were kept reminded in all the next few ayat about the role of the wives of the Prophet, which is way beyond just enjoy life and live only to enjoy. When Fatima, his most beloved daughter, coming to him, Fatima, the wife of Ali, the mother of Al-Hasan and Hussein, coming to him with her hands aching because of the too much work she has in the house. You know, Fatima didn't have a dishwasher, radiallahu anha. She didn't go to buy bread from the bakery. She get the wheat, she grind it, she bakes it until she makes something just for a quick breakfast. She has her husband, horse in the barn. She does this all by herself. She goes to the Prophet ﷺ, ask for a servant. Rasulullah could have given her a servant. But Rasulullah told her, should I tell you about something better than a servant? And said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. He said, before you go to bed, say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar. Rasulullah is telling her, I can't give you a servant. But you and your husband have a more important role just to enjoy life. Rasulullah was building his closest community before building the character of those who were far. He was starting with his, because as I said, they were told, you, the weak, the few, the inferior, are asked to take this message to the world. In nowadays language, it's like a couple Muslims in jungles of Africa, where I come from. They were told, you know, tomorrow you will go to the presidents of America, Russia, China, India. You meet them and you tell them about Islam. Say, what? We can't even go next town. But that was the role, and they lived up to that. When Rasulullah ﷺ made riba forbidden, he said, and the first riba to invalidate, usury, riba Ammi al-Abbas ibn Abd al-Muttalib. When Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam made the first blood of retribution invalid from Jahiliyyah time, pre-Islam, he said, and the first blood of retribution I invalidate is Al-Harith ibn Rabi'ah ibn Abdul Muttalib from his family. That was his way with the closest ones, those who have the bigger role. The companions, the Al-Ansar, the helpers, who accommodated him and protected him and gave him their own land to live there as a prophet and a leader and a king, and who fought with them even though they didn't have to. Badr and Uhud al-Khandaq, and they lived in fear for years. And their businesses were shaken because of giving much time to this da'wah, to this deen. When it was time for Hunayn battle, 10 years later, now Mecca is a Muslim land, and Hunayn, and the war booty just comes to the Prophet ﷺ, and he starts giving everyone 100 camel, 1,000 camel, to all those new reconciled to Islam. And he gave nothing to Al-Ansar. And they were so angry. How come Rasulullah, after all that, when we have that wealth coming, he gave us nothing? But Rasulullah was telling them, that's not the end of our mission. We just started. You have a bigger role than just enjoying life. Actually, it's the situation when Ansar said, Rasulullah gathered them. Ya ma'ashar al-Ansar. He talked to them. Oh, assembly of Al-Ansar, the helpers. Didn't I come to you because they were sad? He actually even asked their leader, and what do you think? Sa'd ibn Ubadah قال يا رسول الله إنما أنا رجل من قومي. I'm just one of my people. I cannot go against. We are all sad, Ya Rasulullah. We all disappointed, Ya Rasulullah. What could have harmed you to give us something to make us happy, Rasulullah? It's the first time something like that comes in, and why everybody and not us? But Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam said, didn't I come to you when you were misguided, and through me you were guided? And they are quiet. Didn't I come you were scattered and fighting, and because of me you were united, and Allah reconciled your hearts to one another? وَأَلَّفَ اللَّهُ. Why don't you answer? Every time he asks them, why don't you answer me? And they say, لِلَّهِ الْفَضْلُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ لِلَّهِ الْمِنَّةُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ. Allah and His Messenger have all the favors. They couldn't give any reply. And Rasulullah told them, you would have said, you came to us so and so, running, fugitive, poor. If it wasn't for us, where would you have? You would have said that. And then Rasulullah is telling them, oh people, don't you like everybody to go home with a camel and sheep? And you go home with the Prophet ﷺ with you? Oh people, wallahi, if the whole world just went in some valley, I will take the valley Ansar takes. And if the whole world went somewhere, I will follow your way. And if it wasn't for the migration, I myself would have been one of Ansar. Al-Ansaru shi'ar wal nasu dithar. Ansar is like this close piece of cloth to your body. And people are like other clothes. You are the closest to me. And Rasulullah is teaching them. So our first element in our khutbah, the sacrifice these early generation companions of the Prophet ﷺ provided. The second element, what was the average age of these great people who after the Prophet ﷺ took Islam everywhere? They were high school, actually middle school, high school and college age. Most of them. Osama ibn Zayd, when he led the army, he didn't turn 18, 17 something. Leading an army were Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Miqdad and all the great Sahaba you hear the names of, and he was the leader. And actually they came to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, how come he be a leader? It's like, Ya Rasulullah, make him like like second in rank or something, but a leader to the army. Rasulullah knows his potentials. When you study their age, whether those who followed the Prophet or those who followed prophets, they were youth. In Surah Al-Kahf, نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى. We tell you the truth about them. They were youth who believed in their Lord. And we increase them in guidance. وربطنا على قلوبهم. And we give them strength to their hearts. إذ قاموا فقالوا ربنا رب السماوات. When they stood up and told the whole nation, our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. لن ندعو من دونه إلها. We will never call upon anyone, any other God other than Him. لقد قلنا إذا شططا. If we did, we for sure have uttered pure enormity. Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim, we know the story when he brought down these idols, and they were asking who did that. سمعنا فتى. They said, we heard about a youth, a young man, فتى. His name is Abraham. But how about that youth who was the only believer? And later when he married his wife Sarah, الحديث في البخاري, قال لها ليس على وجه الأرض غيري وغيرك مؤمن. He said to his wife Sarah, there is no one soul on the face of the earth are believers except myself and you. Except you and I. What Allah said about Ibrahim? إِنَّ إِبْرَاهِيمَ كَانَ أُمَّةً. That youth, that one only of his kind, he was a nation. He was a comprehensive leader. You can be leaders even if you have no one to follow you. But you raise up to the standards of leaders. Ikhwani, move for me, Allah bless you, Allah. Make space for your brothers. Jazakumullah. So, we are the Muslims in America. And last time we said we are not minority by the meaning minority from minor as less important. But we might be minority from being outnumbered. But number doesn't make leaders. Number doesn't make greatness. You can be a leader if you're the only believer. How about if we are millions in America by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? But before we influence others, we need to know who we are. That's in our second khutbah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم. الحمد لله حمدا يليق بجلاله سبحانه. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه. الحمد لله ملء السماوات وملء الأرض وملء ما بينهما وملء ما شاء مولانا من شيء بعد. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. We are talking to the youth today. School students, college students. To everybody and to youth in particular. And we said that we have a great role, but the question is who you are. If you ask yourself, who am I? What can be the answer? Because the answer is your identity. And I heard it more than once actually from young brothers and sisters. We say, we have multiple identities. We have identity when we're parents. We have another one when we come to the mosque. But we definitely have another one when we're other friends. And for sure we have another one when we have a leisure time. And actually, that's natural. What is your identity? If you ask me who you are, I might say, I'm a Egyptian, American, Arab, father, husband, brown. I might say motorbike, chess, swimming. I can say traveling, fish maybe. I can give you many words. At any given time, I'm one or some or all of these. At any given time, I'm at least one of these. But all of these come under the umbrella, for me, come under the umbrella Muslim. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ were not people very serious and straightforward and they do what they're told. They were not like that. The companion radiallahu anhu had different attributes. One of them is the so discreet person. Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman. He's known to be discreet. One of them has a very little body, very weak body, yet he's the best reader of Quran, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. One of them is a comedian, a real comedian. In nowadays language, he's a character in a stand-up comedy. The Prophet ﷺ said that he will enter Jannah laughing. From how much he made the Prophet and companions laugh. One of them is a beautiful singer, best voice, to the extent that when they travel and he sings, Rasulullah says, take it easy, the camels are about to dance there. And women are there, take it easy, they will fall down. They had different attributes. They were Muslims, but they have all different attributes, just like us. And they were leaders. When it's time, needs some seriousness, they are there. But when it's time, as Rasulullah said, with their wives, or with their children, or with their horse. A man can tell, Ya Rasulullah, when I go play with my kids and play with my horse, I forget everything about the things you taught us and the way we were very much influenced. And Rasulullah said, this is natural. You want to be with your kids and horse and your playtime the way you're with the Prophet? Then angels would have shaken your hands in the streets. But you're humans. Sa'atun wa sa'a. Time for this, time for that. But you're still Muslim. Muslim is the huge umbrella. Back to the question who we are. This Harvard and Yale professor Eric Erickson, actually he was a professor at Harvard and Yale, he never even had a bachelor. But he had this knowledge and he came with that theory of psycho-social development stages. And he mentioned 8 of them. Start with trust versus mistrust from the years 1 to 2, infants, where the mother is taking the whole responsibility of giving the infant, the baby, that kind of trusting the world. And from 2 to 3, there is another stage. And from 3 to 5, 5 to 12, 13 to 19. You can go over them and see how much in the first year, how much a mother is needed. And 2 to 3, how much a mother and a father should be there. When it is initiative versus guilt and shame. And 3 is going to be school and peers. But I want to talk about 4 and 5 today. Like quickly, not today, to touch on that. The first, from 5 to 12, he called it industry versus inferiority. Industry 5 to 12, a kid is discovering. He tries to build things, assemble things, make things in a different way. He tries the senses Allah's given him in discovering the world. And that's time he needs, or she needs, recognition, validation, appreciation. Even if something wrong, because it's not wrong, it's he or she learning. If he's given that, he or she, inshallah, will be a leader. Because they build trust, and that's, as we said, industry means industrious, hard worker, creative, builder. He or she. Versus inferiority. When everything's wrong, he doesn't want to try again. He's lazy or she's lazy, he just wait to be told what to do. That's to 12. 13 to 19, which builds on that, is even more serious and critical. It talks about identity versus role confusion. If you don't know who you are, you will be confused in the society. Because you are a student, you're a son or a daughter, you're a friend, you're a citizen, and you have multiple identities there, which we said, yes, you can, with the umbrella of being Muslim. And in this time, from identity versus role confusion, we need you to approach us, the older people. We need you to challenge us with your understanding of the faith, your understanding of what's haram and what's halal, of your understanding of your roles and your parents' expectations. If you don't reach, we don't know how to get you. Our young generation, brothers and sisters, school and college, you are in the process of either being leaders and influence others, or go with the flow kind of people. You'll either be the one who made up their minds, or the one who get their minds made up for them. You're either the one who have a good understanding of the value of the faith Allah has given us without asking subhanahu wa ta'ala lahul minna, or from being among those few who say there is no God in the first place and there is no day after, and stop that speech. We know that narrative. It's your choice now. And none of us, whether teachers or elders or parents or uncles or aunts or older siblings, can help if you didn't reach with your questions, with your concerns. We have called and we're still calling in our masjid for you to come. Come with your questions and come with your creativity. Because you are the ones who can be best leaders in America. You grew up here. You know how everybody thinks. You know things inside out much better than us. Yet, you need to ask us about your faith and your role models and halal and haram. If we don't do that, we will not be able to help you. So we expect, and here I'm concluding, our young brothers and sisters to prepare themselves to be leaders, even if they have no followers. And to be a leader, you not necessarily reach your goals, but you need to raise your standards. Everybody is capable of raising their standards. If everyone around you is telling you that's what the best you can do, don't believe anyone. Raise your standards. Even if you didn't reach your goals, but at least you will live up to these standards. And that's what made the companions of the Prophet ﷺ just human like yourself and myself. Young men and women, when they raised their standards, when they thought about the mission they had, they reached what they reached. And my last message to our youth, especially school. In our city we have 1,000 Muslim doctors, alhamdulillah, 1,000 Muslim engineers, alhamdulillah. But why don't we have one single journalist, one professional writer? What happened to all the sciences that really influence people and address their minds. We need you there. Think about that. Don't listen to what your parents are expecting from you regarding career. With all respect to parents, I'm a parent myself. Is you guide them to reach their potentials and what they love most, not guide you to what you think is the best, because you are not them. They know their potentials, and we need you in every field in America. So we, by the grace of Allah and by the will of Allah, can live our life and enjoy it fully, and live under the umbrella of being Muslim, devoted to Allah. Because Allah said about Ibrahim, Inna Ibrahim kana ummatan. He was a comprehensive leader. Qanitan lillah, devoutly obedient to Allah. Hanifan, inclining to the truth. وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. And he was not among those who associate anyone with Allah. And then the Prophet ﷺ was ordered to follow the footsteps of Prophet Ibrahim, which means you are all ordered to follow footsteps of that youth who later became the father of all prophets. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa sallallahu ala Ibrahim wa barakallahu ala Muhammad wa barakallahu ala Ibrahim. Allahumma ighfir lana dhunubana. Allahumma ighfir lana dhunubana. Allahumma anbit أبنائنا وبناتنا نباتا حسنا. اللهم أنبتهم نباتا حسنا واجعلهم بارين بوالديهم واجعلهم نافعين المسلمين واجعلهم نافعين للناس. اللهم احفظهم بحفظك. اللهم احفظهم بحفظك. اللهم احفظهم بحفظك. اللهم اغفر لوالدينا. رب اجزهم عنا خير الجزاء. اللهم اجزهم عنا خير الجزاء. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اللهم كل إخواننا المستضعفين. اللهم وفك أسر المأسورين. اللهم وفرج كرب المكروبين واقض دين المدينين وزوج الأيام يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا كلها دقها وجلها ما علمنا وما لم نعلم. يا رب نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. وصل اللهم وبارك وسلم على سيدنا